Hi, I'm Dom, and I have some exercises to show you that I have developed over the past few years of playing different musical situations. Recordings, playing live, clinics, and private teaching. The concept is called It's Your Move, and the exercises are geared for the pad and for the drum set, and it's to help the student develop an individuality to his or her own personal playing. The first exercise will be the combination exercises. This came about when I first started doing some recordings about 10 years ago. And when I heard back my sound on two 16-inch speakers, I started to hear my sound not really locked in with myself. And if my sound wasn't locked in with myself, I couldn't ask a bass player or a guitar player to lock in with that sound. So here's the groove. And there's the first combination. Those sounds should be played exactly together. Here's the second combination. Again, the groove. Those three different sounds ought to be played together at certain points of that groove. It's got to lock in. The sound should be as one. If I flam the sound, I get this sound. It's too open for the groove. The groove won't flow. If my technique is not working for me, what I feel, I can't express. So, the first combination is right hand and left hand. Don't flam the sound. We're going to put our right hand on small tom, left hand on snare. Exercise A deals with quarter notes, eighth notes, triplets, and 16th notes in a two-measure phrase. And here's what exercise 1A sounds like. The sound should sound as one, and that's what will help the locking in process for the groove. It was an exercise written to help the player groove. Now, exercise 2 is right hand and right foot. We're going to play flat-footed. Flat-footed is a more difficult method of playing, and just like our wrist muscle, our ankle muscle needs to be developed and strengthened in the same way. So by playing flat-footed, it will help strengthen that muscle in a much quicker way. Exercise 2B. B is a one-measure phrase of the same quarter notes, eighth notes, triplets, and sixteenths. And 2B sounds like this. As tight as you can between right foot and right hand. Let's move on. Exercise 3A. We'll play our right hand on our left foot to exercise A. Now our left foot, our hi-hat, will be played with a splash. The splash sound allows my foot to relax. Whereas if I push down for a closed, tight sound, I get this sound. And I'm using tension in my leg to hold the pressure of those hi-hats down. At this point, that tension is not needed and is not wanted right now. Here's exercise 3A. Any of these exercises can be played around the drum. It doesn't necessarily have to be on one drum. For example, the same exercise, 3A. It still should sound like one sound. Let's move on. Exercise 9B. 9 deals with our right hand, right foot, and left foot. Right hand on snare, right foot on bass drum, left foot on hi-hat. 9B, the one measure phrase. Allow the sound of snare, bass drum, and hi-hat to sound as one. The hardest combination is combination 11. Right hand, right foot, and left foot. And exercise C is a 2-measure phrase of a Latin rock rhythm that I wrote using broken 16th notes. You can use any rhythm from any book that has broken patterns and broken rhythms and apply it throughout these 11 different combinations. 11C sounds like this. Also, feel free, once you feel comfortable with the exercises, to move them around the drums. Exercise 11C again. Get used to the feel of playing all your drums with that combination feel. Some things to remember. Practice slowly. Don't try and play all the exercises as fast as you can. It's good to push yourself to see how fast you can play them, but only take them as fast as you can if they're sounding clean and if you're able to control your technique. The 3 most important things to remember are endurance, speed, and control. If you have any one of them, nothing works. There are many drummers who have great control, don't have the speed, and don't have the endurance. Some drummers have great endurance, don't have speed, and don't have control. So the key thing is to have endurance, speed, and control, and allow the exercise to help you develop that. Last but not least, balance of sound. I should be able to hear each and every individual sound. Just like in a recording studio, I am working the mix. If I don't hear enough bass drum, I can bring that mix up. I can increase the volume of that bass drum. Or I can lower the volume of whatever else I'm playing. So I have that under my control. Balance of sound is very important.
That's good.
This exercise needs a metronome. Trying to feel the sound and to feel what a metronome does. It's a machine, but it has a steady pace, and being able to play comfortably on one sound surface is an extremely important aspect in drumming. Listen. The sound of that metronome is with me through each pattern that I'm playing. I'm not thinking of the patterns that I'm playing. I'm feeling the metronome and allowing that sound to be very comfortable for me, and just allowing myself to express through my technique what I feel at this tempo. I'm at 84 on the metronome. This exercise is called the time test. The metronome marking is a quarter note between 40 and 152. Again, feel the metronome as part of your playing. There are 15 different combinations of playing 16th notes, including quarter notes and eighth notes. And I'm going to play them for you now, playing them either in a 2-measure or a 4-measure phrase. I'm going to use just my left hand. There are different combinations. I can use just my left hand, just my right hand, alternate my sticking by playing right and left, or include my feet by playing them individually and collectively. Now I'll play just my left hand to the 15 different variations. And I'm going to feel the metronome as part of my playing. The key factor is don't tap your foot. Because if you tap your foot, you're playing your feel on your pad to what you're tapping with your feet. And what I'd like you to do is feel what you're playing on the pad with the metronome. Here's the exercise. At this point, I'm dealing with 16th notes. Those are all the different combinations you can play within 16th notes. Feel what the metronome is trying to tell you. It's giving you a groove. Allow yourself to feel the groove and become part of it. The next variation is in triplets. There are 7 different combinations. Listen. Each of those triplets has a personality to it. Each one of those measures should be concentrated on. Feel each one of those rhythms as if the metronome was a part of what you're playing. Take it slowly, try all the different combinations, and enjoy it, and give yourself a chance to feel what time is all about. This next drum set exercise is what I have entitled Drumistic Form. It came about for the need for drummers to play a melody rhythmically. I'm dealing with form. Everything has form. All songs have form. Different types of form produce different feels. Drummers don't normally have to deal with melodic sounds or melodic melodies. But in this case, we are playing a melodic melody rhythmically. Now, I'm using 4 sounds. Hi-hat played with my left foot, snare, hi-hat played with my left hand, and bass drum. These 4 sounds. I'm playing these sounds in a melodic, rhythmical form. The form starts with 2 measures of a simple A melody, and then it goes into a B melody. Let's work on the A melody first. I'm dealing with a pickup on 4 and 2 measures of this melody. 1, 2. After a while, you can hear where the melody is coming from. You can hear what that melody sounds like through just the 4 different sounds that we're using. Now, one thing about playing with form, once you understand the melody and the form of a song, it's much easier to improvise. Now, I'm going to play that A form, those 2 measures, again, state the melody, and then improvise around that melodic theme. The B section, similar to the A section in the fact that we're using basically the same sounds, but we've changed it rhythmically. Here's what the B section sounds like. The 4th measure, which is the second ending, 4th beat, has a tie-in phrase that brings us into the A section. The 4th beat of the second ending is this. It's that phrase. It's a very important phrase because that is what gets us back into the A section. Here's from B to A. And so on. Now you understand where the form is. A section, your B section. Now we're going to tie the entire form of the entire piece together. I'm going to play the A form. When I feel comfortable, I'll go into the B form. From the B form, I'll go back to the A form, solo on the A form, and I will use the B form as a transition between solos. and I'll end up on the A form. Once again, with form, and the understanding of form, and the chance of improvisation, you can solo hundreds of times over that same form. The object of It's Your Move is to now, once you understand the rhythmical melody, you can write your own forms. Use the same format, A, B. You can also add a C section. Take it as far as you'd like. Write the form down, understand your melody, and improvise. This next exercise combines the use of triplets and four-stroke roughs. There are three different ways that I'll play the four-stroke rough within the triplet. The first way is right, left, 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 right, left, right. The second way is right, right, left, left, and then left, left, right, right. The third way is right, 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 left, and left, 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 right. With the metronome marking at 1/16, here's the triplet feel. Exercise A, the first four-stroke rough. Exercise B, the doubled four-stroke rough. Right, right, left, 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 right, right. third exercise, exercise C, is the four-stroke rough right, 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 left, 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 right. Now, if you take the exercises, for example, exercise A, at a medium tempo, you get this sound. A little faster, you get this sound. Now we'll use the same patterns, but in a one-measure phrase. Exercise A1. Exercise B1. Exercise C1. Now I'll take exercise A1 a little faster. Or even a little faster. I'm playing the four-stroke rough inside the triplets. Now the same exercise can be used for double bass drum players on the kit. Now what we have is the same exercise utilizing triplets and four-stroke roughs applied to our feet. The first exercise at the same metronome marking. Triplets, first four-stroke rough is right, left, right, left. Now exercise B, using the four-stroke rough, right, right, left, left, and left, left, right, right. And exercise C. Now we're going to take the same exercises and play them in a one-measure phrase. As we did with our hands, it's the same feeling, the same concept. Now exercise B1 in a one-measure phrase. Now exercise C1 in a one-measure phrase. The object is to expand the ideas on your own. That's why I call it It's Your Move. Take the concept that I've shown you, both on bass drums and pad, and write your own exercises, and work them out, and expand your own creativity by using your own imagination. This next exercise is an exercise that had helped me develop certain control with my feet. I'll be playing with my ball of my foot, heels up, and I'm throwing my heels out and in and out and in for each note. The demonstration of the exercise is using eighth notes and triplets. Now the same exercise, played a little differently, gives a little different feel. Both heels, the same way on the balls of our feet, going in the same direction, this way. Eighth notes and triplets. By practicing those two styles of playing, heels out and in, then heels left to right, break up, use different rhythms, try it, and see what it feels like. And I'm sure you'll find some similar results that I have found. This next exercise I've called Flam Facility. It deals with the use of playing an uncommon style of flams. At first we're going to be playing all right flams in different rhythms. Quarter notes, eighth notes, triplets, sixteenths, and quintuplets. The metronome marking will be on 72. All right flams. It's a real good test for precision and control. Each flam has to have a personality of its own. The precision comes in where you're making each flam sound as close to the next flam as possible. The control is holding it there to give it that fluid sound. Now what you can do is combine those same different rhythms, but alternate the sticking. Maybe play rights to lefts. And so on. Write your own ideas. Take any one of those exercises and combine them. And then use broken rhythms. If you apply that precision and control around your drum set, I'm sure you'll come across many new patterns and many new ideas that you can create on your own. This next exercise I've called From Flam to Groove. And it entails the use of a rudimental pattern, a one-measure phrase, showing how you can divide the rhythms up and play it around the drum set. Here is the rudimental phrase. Now you can see in its written form that it's basically a rudimental phrase taken from many different types of rudimental books that are written on the market now, and it's one type of phrase. Now if we take that same rhythm here, and divide it between snare drum and hi-hat, it sounds like this. Now I'm still playing them as flams. What I'll do now is play them as flat flams, playing both those hands together, just like in the combination exercises. We're going to tighten up the sound by playing the flams together. It'll sound like this. The two rhythms that I'm playing are, on the snare drum I have this. My left hand on hi-hat has this. It sounds like this. Now those two different rhythms, played on two different drums, would sound like this. If I take that same rhythm and apply it between right hand on my cymbal and left hand on snare, and add 4 beats on my bass drum and hi-hat, it sounds like this. Now if I take that same rhythm, right hand on ride cymbal, left hand on snare, and I play a samba rhythm in my feet, this rhythm here. It sounds like this. Just like when we spoke about drumistic form, that one measure phrase and that one measure groove becomes my melody. Now I'll solo off that concept in playing the samba rhythm with my feet and between my ride cymbal and my snare drum. The key aspects that I keep in mind in my playing are control, time, form, precision, and feel. You are your own best teacher. Now it's your move. Another concept is a book I wrote called Drum Set Duets. And the idea came about because of the need for written material to be played between two drum sets. Drum set duets can be played between two players or between teacher and student. And I wanted to write a book, not just a technique book, but a book to make drummers aware of their feel. I am now going to demonstrate drum set duets. Parts A and B individually, and then in their combined form. Here's 1A. Now here's 1B. Now here's both beats together. Ready? Ready. Now here's beat 2A. And now here's what 2B sounds like. Now here's what both beats sound like together, 2B and A. Now here's beat 3A. Now here's beat 3B. Now here are both 3A and 3B. Ready? Ready.